Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am going to have a layout share. Now this looks pretty thick. There are a lot of layouts in here, so I'm going to go pretty quickly. There are videos for almost every one of these except for four for my design team with scrapbookingwithanmarie.com. So there are not videos for those, but there's a video for every other one of these. And if I can remember for sure which hop I did them for, then I will let you know. So you can go check those out if you have any questions or want to see how I created things. So this very first layout is actually one of those that I do not have a video for. This is for scrapbookingwithanmarie.com. She has sketches every Friday, and the week before the design team gets together and creates their version. So if you're interested in a fabulous scrappy home, that is the place to go. So scrapbookingwithanmarie.com, and you can find her on the internet. And I'm sure the link will be below. So, all right, I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move these over, and then I'm going to flip them. So, like I said, this is one for that, and that is mostly Echo Park. Hold on, I got to move over a smidge more because I don't want to bend my layouts out or up. I don't want them out either. Okay, this is also for scrapbookingwithanmarie.com. My Daily Dose of Happy, that's my cousin. And that's from Paper Studios Pad. This is also for scrapbookingwithanmarie.com, and this one is this is an Echo Park Teen Spirit, I think is what it's called. And I will go back with either a piece of paper or washi tape. And then this is my most recent scrapbookingwithanmarie.com design team sketch. The sketch is a lot of fun, and I use this recollections paper, like lunchbox or something like that, that I've been trying to use up because we went to IHOP. So I'm excited to use that. Okay, I'm going to move those because they are getting a little bent. And I have this layout, hold on, in my stack, and I don't know what this is for. I remember doing it, I just can't remember what for, and it's frustrating me, but it's such a weird layout, and I had such fun doing it, but I can't remember what it's for. But anyway, there's that. Okay, so now I am going to go through these. This is from Scraplift Crafternoon, and it's a hop with my friends, and we have such a good time creating. We take a layout that inspires us from Instagram or YouTube or wherever, and we all scraplift the same thing. So I absolutely love this layout. So, and I used some Bramble Fox on there. Okay, here's another Scraplift Crafternoon, and this is We Are Memory Keepers Jet Set or something like that. Another Scraplift Crafternoon. This is just from about a week ago, and I had so much fun. More Bramble Fox, documenting my cousin's graduation. And then this is from this past Sunday. These come on Sunday, so if you're looking for them. And this one I absolutely love, documenting my nephew, and I used Echo Park's Happy Birthday, which came from a stash starter from Peacecraft Love, which is an awesome site for scrappy goodness. So there are my Scraplift Crafternoons. And then this is for Mix It Up Monday, which is also a hop that my friend Anna started, and Kimberly, and I love doing these. We just add some extra this and that, and I use the stencil from Scrapping Reflections and the Sweet Rush collection, and I love this so much. And there was a picture that was supposed to be on here. It was a sketch with 3, and I loved it so much, but my picture wouldn't fit, so I made a matching page, not on that video, and I loved the whole concept of it all so much that I made this layout. It's all a birthday party. It's all the same night. So I made it with this awesome icing paste and that I got from Peacecraft Love. So I made this one with Sweet Rush and this one. So these weren't for hops, and there's probably not videos for these, but I had such a good time making them. My mom's gonna kill me for sharing this. I love this so much. That icing paste is awesome. Okay, so that was all from one hop, but I only created the one layout. This is probably one of my favorites, not just because it's me, but this is the first layout, and so far the only layout I've created was Spectrum Sherbert by 49 a Market, and this was for my celebration hop for my 500 subscribers, which was absolutely amazing. Some of my favorites who helped me get started with YouTube and scrapbooking online participated, and it was so exciting. And I used my favorite collection and documented these pictures, so I love it. And there's definitely a video for that. I think it was on the 4th, so there is that. And then this was for a scrapbooking YouTubers hop, and it was campfires and kayaks, and there was no kayaks involved, but there was a campfire, and I literally had a picture of it. So I love this, and I got to use some of my Dottie About Flair and some of my wood veneers from MK, which is some assemblage required. This is, I started a series every Saturday in July for scrapbooking through the hard stuff, and it's called Courageously Crafting Scrapbooking Through the Hard Stuff. And so every Saturday I documented something hard, and not necessarily the things you always want to document, and decided I was going to do once a month moving forward. So this was my August one, documenting the loss of my cousin. And so while this picture does not go for this year, because this is from last year, I am going to put it as my placeholder for where I would have put something. It was too far away for us to go. So anyway, so I used Storyteller, which is stunning, by Coco Vanilla. And then this is JQ Crafty's Craft IQ, where she gives you 7 layers. And I did all of the layers. I had such a fun time with this layout. It's got lots of pictures, lots of fun. And I decided to go ahead and add, and this is Bella Boulevard Papers, Island something or another. And there are videos for this one, but not this one. This was just one that I added. I may have done some kind of a share with it, or though I can't remember, but I had such a good time with this, and I got to use one of my some assemblage required acrylics. This is for Stash Dive Tuesday, and usually I incorporate it with whatever I'm doing that day. And this month was Around the World in 30 Days, but I didn't always get those done. It's been a mad crazy month. I mean, the last 4 or 5 months have been pretty crazy for me, but this was the beginning of the school year. New job, new school, lots of fun, lots of sickness, lots of ailments. Those things aren't good and fun, but anyway. So I just had these pictures, and I had such a good time using up a ton of my seasonal stash. This is for Pink Fresh Friday, and I love that. I'm so excited Joanne invited me to participate. I had never used Pink Fresh. I went and got some from Peacecraft Love, and love how thick it is, and the papers and all that fun stuff. So this is documenting my first day at my new job. This is a YouTubing hop for Summer Lovin'. I think this came out on the 18th, and I used my Echo Park Pool Party. I had some chipboard that I used, and then some cut aparts and things to document that, and some of my new stamps. This was my creative team layout for Scrap a Sketch, which was on, mine came out on the 25th. But there were, like, from the 19th to the 25th, there were different different colors of the rainbow for each day. And then the last day was the rainbow, and I got so lucky to get this sketch. So I loved it so much. Documented this picture of my niece and her friend. And so then I decided I would go ahead and use the other parts of the same paper and create this second layout to document my nephew and my son in the pool as well. So exciting stuff. I did a lot of that, and I got to use some Flair. I love the Flair. Oh, sorry about that. Now, this is the beginning. I'm going to move this over. This is the beginning of my Around the World in 30 Days, which was a hop started by one of the Scrappy Inspiration Fab admins. And so quite a few people have participated off and on. I was going to originally do all 30 days. I did not get all 30 days, but I think there's like 25 days in here. I did most of them. So I'm just going to flip through these. There are videos for every one of these. So I mostly documented my time at the beach with my family. But I also did some IKEA trips and some other random things. I kind of went a little crazy with what what you would consider a travel layout. So this is in North Carolina, so it really was travel, promise. This is also North Carolina. I use Sweet Rush. Love this. I still got to go back and do journaling before I put these in my book, but I'm really excited about these. And I use a ton of stash. This is traveling. We were traveling to my in-laws, and so I used some fun recollections papers. This is all of our luggage when we got to the beach. So see, I still, and I think this might have been a Stash Dive Tuesday because it's got a lot of different things on here. Oh, it doesn't say that on the back, so probably not. This is, okay, we were traveling. This did happen while we were in North Carolina, but it's also our Yum box from, I think it was France and Russia. So it was a double travel layout, right? Right. This, I got to use some of my new stencils from Scrapping Reflections. I had a good time with that. And I documented this time of us in North Carolina, so still traveling, at one of the little 50% off stores that we love to go to. This is Maggie Holmes' round trip, and this is going to Buc-ee's, the gas station, but it's not in my town, so I'm going to call that travel, right? Right, and it says right here, travel. But they're usually in Texas, and so they put one here in Kentucky, so it's like 30 minutes from us, so yay. And I have two layouts about Buc-ee's. There's that one and this one. We had a good time. Oh, maybe three. That one and this one. I had fun using some ephemera from the store. And then this one is us traveling home from North Carolina. More stamping. I've been having a lot of fun using stamps and stencils. I really am enjoying it. I'm going way out of my comfort zone with them, but I'm having a lot of fun. And this is a great way if you're just starting stamping and you aren't sure how, or you're a little nervous about, you know, clean stamping. This right here, these distress stamps from Tim Holtz, perfect way to get started. So I had a good time with that one. These are on vacation at the beach. This is Paper Studios. I have a few of these. And I had such a good time. This is my best friend, and I can't use pink on layouts with her for the most part, so at least I try very hard to steer clear. So this was the perfect collection. So I did this one, I did this one. This is all me, absolutely hilarious. But this is the double because it says squad goals. And then I went ahead and did this one to finish off this collection. I completely used up everything except for a couple of the chipboards. Yay. So, and that paper is uber shiny. Then I documented these postcards that my friend sent me from Spain and France. She was visiting over the holiday with her family, or over the summer, and sent them to me, and I was so excited to get them, so I wanted to document them. And I took pictures of the other side so I wouldn't lose what she said, but I had the front, you know, of the card, so I had that part of it as well. And I thought that was a really good idea, giving myself on a pat on the back. And I'm almost positive this was actually Stash Dive Tuesday, because all of these are from like a ton of different stickers. A lot of them are Echo Park, Cartabella, and some other different, this looks kind of like maybe Echo Park's Scenigraph maybe. Okay, this begins my IKEA adventure with my friends, and I have done a layout share about this, so I'm going to go through these pretty quick. This is all with a kit that I built from my No Limits by Coco Vanilla, and like I said, there are 8 of these, and it's all about going to and being at and coming home from IKEA. So it's not in my town, so that's travel, you all. And we had such a good time. I got to use some of my flair on a lot of the pages. I got some wood veneers on here from Some Assemblage Required, some wood veneers from Scrapping Reflections. I got to use a lot of stuff. I still have plenty, well, not officially plenty, because you know scrapbooker can never have plenty, but I still have quite a few things left in this No Limits collection. Yes, I have really weird friends, but I used ink on all of them, and I had such a good time doing that. And this is all my stash, you all. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. Then we had to eat. We ate afterwards, and then this one is them after these two built my entire L shape of IKEA units. This is my Dottie About Flair challenge team layout. It was all about cameras. My uncle had a camera. That's why I picked these pictures. These are from 1989, uber old. But I had a good time with it, and I got to use another one of my Dottie About Flair butterflies that came with a Some Assemblage Required. It has some gnomes with it, but the gnomes didn't really fit. I will use them, I promise. I will paint them and use them. They're going to be so fun. Anyway, I love this. This was a pulled out of my ear kind of layout. I built this myself. It was not from a sketch. It was not from a scrap lift. It was just to create and share my cameras. So I got a couple of cameras on here. I stamped cameras. I had such a good time. And this is the Maggie Holmes round trip. This is at the beach, see, you can tell, and this was a video I just did the other day, and I was using my new all-to-new stamps that I got from a surprise box from Peacecraft Love, and I had such a good time playing with this, and it's all-to-new stamps as well, so I had so much fun. And then these were cut out with the all-to-new dies, so I had such fun playing with that. This is Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life created a sketch, and if you turn it in by today, the 31st, then you would be entered for a prize. So I decided to go ahead and use her sketch on my Around the World and knock 2 birds with 1 stone. That's vulgar. I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean though. I used some inking, and I used my Hip Kit Club for August 22, which is the very first kit I have ever received at all, any kind of kit at all, and so it's the first layout I've done with it, and I really love the way it turned out, and I am looking forward to using some more of my Hip Kit Club. This one I did for the 29th. This is us in North Carolina on our way to South Carolina. Got a flat tire, had to go to Walmart, get a new tire, and of course we had the dog, so we couldn't go in, so me and the dog hung out outside. Lovely. But this is Fantastico by Oban Marshall. I used a ton of my branding strips. Had such a good time. I finished this layout in 28 minutes. The video for it is not that long, but I finished this in 28 minutes, and I love how it turned out. Super easy, super fun, and I used up some scraps as well. And last but not least, this one, as you can tell, because it's uber simple, it is completely made up from The Scenic Route by Echo Park. Took me 23 minutes to create. The video for this is like 9 minutes or something, and I just sped it up a little bit. So yeah, that is it. So when I say that's all, I don't mean that's all I've done like condescending. It's like that's the end of what I have to share with you. Although here is one more layout I've done this month. This layout took me 8 minutes. And this layout you're looking at right here took me 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I think that it's just really an amazing craft that you can spend as little or as much time with something as you want. I know a lot of people craft by spending 15 minutes here or there and doing a little bit at a time. I typically cannot do that. My personality does not allow that. When I start something, I really want to finish it. If I honestly could stay up long enough to do it, I would probably do like an entire month series all like in the first weekend, just because that's my style. But I will say that having these hops and the inspiration that I get from Scraplift Crafternoon and from scrapbookingwithamory.com and Dottie About Flair and all these other amazing groups that I spend quality time with or scrap with is just priceless. And I love that my friend Anna with Peacecraft Love is broadening my horizons with different product and different techniques, especially like that icing paste that I have on this layout right here, and using stencils from Scrapping Reflections, and diving into like wood veneer from Some Assemblage Required and from Scrapping Reflections. I mean, it's just neat. Like I started using Flair from Dottie About Flair back in December and have been on their creative team since, or their challenge team since June. And I just love, learning new things. I just started buying Pink Fresh, which I've never used. So thank you, Joanne. I just started using Bramble Fox, and that's something that I learned about from Dottie About Flair and from Joanne. I think Joanne and Anna are enablers, and they're way too way too into getting me into some new products and stuff. Speaking of Anna, this is the layout that I did for her creative ambassador team, and there is a video on that. I had such a good time using the product and the paper starter stash that she sent. The stash starter, let me get that out right. So, I mean, I just feel good about this stack. I need to go and put these in a album now. I have 2 full iris kits and 1 huge stack. Like all of this is almost all 2022. So all of this needs to get put in my albums. And that is the goal for September, is to participate daily in Scraptember, to participate in all the fabulous hops that I love so much, to be an active member on the design teams and creative teams and challenge teams that I'm on, and to continue to inspire and encourage others, as well as continue to be inspired and encouraged. So I hope that you all will come see me again real soon. Have a great night and happy scrapping.